How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Now today, as you can see from the thumbnail and title, we're going to be doing a tier list, but this tier list is a bit different. What we're going to be doing is just looking at the ranking of cards that can go straight to buildings, which is the Golem, Giant and all them sort of things that would be classed as a tank. But since there's things like the Ram Rider and the Wall Breakers and Royal Hogs that aren't really tanks but go do the same thing, we've included them in this list. If you do like the video, please drop a sub and a like on the video. The next one we're going to be doing is going to be a buildings versus spells, and then we're going to be going from there and doing other types of tier lists. So if you do want to see that content, please leave it a comment down below, as I really want to get your guys' opinion on these things. Also, one of the things I want to get into as well is I will be leaving a link down below, and I want you guys to make your own tier list out of these cards and please tweet them at me so I can see the responses. This is my own opinion on this. This isn't like the pros opinion or anything like that. This is just what I think these cards are based on my style of play. So without further ado, let's get into the decks. So the first card we've got here is the Battle Ram. The Battle Ram is not one card I'm particularly good with. It does exist. I have a little bit of experience. I wouldn't say it's amazing. I wouldn't say it's awful either. So I'm going to put that into the decent section. As you can see, I've got these ranked here as just cards of the way I think these would be. Everyone's got their own opinion, so I do want to see what you guys think as well. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right. If you agree, I really want your guys' opinion on this, because at the end of the day, everyone's got their own. So next card we're going to go into here is the Elixir Golem. Now the Elixir Golem came out and it was quite controversial at the time, and there was a lot of things going wrong with it. It was too overpowered. They did then give it a bit of a nerf, so I'm going to put that into the class tier because it's still really good. It's a fun card to play with. I do run it in some of the other decks I go for, but at the end of the day, if you do come up against Bomber, Valkyrie, Bowler, it just gets annihilated. Bomb Tower as well. Next we have the Balloon. The Balloon is one of my all-time favourites. I used to run Lavaloon a lot. It's just one of them decks. It's like it's been around for a long time, near enough the beginning, if not the beginning. It's got a lot of potential with Lavaloon. Lumberjack's seen it come about with Rage at the minute. Fantastic card, a lot of fun to play with. Nothing wrong with it. Doesn't need a nerf, doesn't need a buff. It's just great on its own. Moving into the Goblin Giant. This card was ridiculously powerful in the CRL League when it was running with Giant Sparky. Really powerful card, but on its own it's a bit meh. It's not one of the cards you want to go for when you get it in draft. It's unless you know you're giving another thing with it. But it is existing, it is there, it is a bit of fun, but it's not really up there with the top tier decks in my opinion. Next we've got Old Reliable, the Giant. Runs really well with lots of different cards. There's lots of support cards that go with it that make it quite powerful. On its own, again, it gets defeated quite easily. For 5 Elixir, it's probably fair enough where it is. I will probably put it in decent just because it has been around for a long time, since the very beginning. It's run in almost every type of deck. Everyone tries it. For 5 Elixir, it's a very strong card. We all love it, we all hate it. Depends what you can come up against with it, but it is one of them. Next is the Golem. If you watched yesterday's video, you know that Golem is my boy. He is like one of the cards I've run for forever. I absolutely find him fantastic. He runs like most of my decks. Most of the ladder pushing I've ever done always comes with a Golem. He's my boy. He's my G. He's going straight up into God tier. Next we'll move into the Hog Rider, which controversially I despise. I hate coming up against it. I'm really bad at running it. I know it's a card that's been around from the very beginning as well, but it's not for me. You guys are definitely have a different opinion, as it runs in so many decks out there. It's just one of them that's like, I don't like it, you guys might, but if you do like it, please let me know, because I do want to start getting better with these cards since I'm coming back to do more YouTube videos. So putting 3 Musketeers and Hog Rider in. I'm gonna put it in meh, only because it has been around. I'm not great with it. It's not my style of play. I always prefer big pushes and like building up to things, so I'm going to put it in meh. As then we move into the Ice Golem. I don't get it. I find it so bad. I don't get anywhere with it. I find it absolutely garbage. I know it runs well with Hog Rider and I know it runs well with Battle Ram decks, but it's just not my sort of thing. I'm putting it in garbage. It's absolutely poor for me. Don't like it, could get rid of it, put it in the bin, just sling it off, get in from that. Next we'll move into the Lava Hound. The Lava Hound is one of them cards that has been around for the longest time in my opinion, just in terms of it's always up there on top of ladder. It's never really dropped off. It's amazing in 2v2, it's amazing on whatever it does. It's just one of them that's, in my opinion, one of the great cards that's been around. The Lava Pops have always been brilliant. Lava Clone deck and that, the 21 challenge last year, everyone was running it and it was absolutely destroying. I really like it, so I'm going to put it in class. Next we move into the Ram Raider. Now compare the Ram Raider to the Hog. I do prefer the Ram Raider because of the snare effect. It does quite a bit more damage, but I also really struggle playing against it, which means I think it is a bit of one of them cards that should be higher up. So I'm going to put it above the Hog Raider and put it into decent. Now, one of the most hated cards of all time, but also one of the most ran cards of all time, we have the Royal Giant. It is one of them, like if you're a beginner player, the Royal Giant's probably one of the cards you want to use. I'm not the highest skill cap player, I don't want to even admit I am. I really do like the Royal Giant. It's one of them cards that's really pushed me up on ladder on certain occasions when I've really been struggling, so I'm going to put it up in God tier just because of the absolute memes it come with. I really enjoy it. I think it's a fantastic way to get your skill level up and get your trophies up as you're a beginner player. So if you are a beginner player, please have a go with the Royal Giant. It really will see your game go, and with it being a common card, you'll be able to level up faster than normal. Now the Royal Hogs have been up and down. They've been everywhere since this card's come about, they've been up and down since this card's come about. They've been awful, they've been good, depending on the deck they've run in with, along with free spells and clone spells. They've been really destructive. For me though, meh. I want to put it between decent and meh. I'm not the best with them because, again, as I said before, not my style of play. I do find it fun, however, playing Royal Hogs. There were a lot more things that you can do with them whenever they came out for the first time. They are entertaining to play. 2v2, absolutely useless. Not a thing you really want to get around with them with. Probably gonna put them in. I'll put them in meh. They're not so bad as garbage, but they're not great either for me. I much prefer the other type of cards that I've put higher up in this list. And lastly, we have the Wall Breakers. Now, what the hell has happened to Wall Breakers? They have went from garbage to amazing, to garbage to amazing, to absolutely useless, to one of the most overpowered cards in the deck within the space of like a year of whenever they came out. Fantastic card, a lot of fun. Whenever you're doing the war challenges and they had the unlimited Wall Breakers, yeah, I did have a lot of fun with them. They are a great card to use. They're not boring. I'm probably going to put them in class at the minute because they are really good. Like it is at the minute, is one of these cards that I do think need a nerf, but they are so much fun to play. I really think that. So we're going to go through with the Golem is the best and the Ice Golem is the worst, and everything there in between. So if you guys did like today's video, please drop a like and a comment, and if you really want to, a sub, because that would really mean a lot to me. I really had a lot of fun making these videos. I put a lot of effort into them with the time that I have, especially when I'm still working at the time, so I really appreciate all the support. The link for this tier list will be down in the description below. You guys can go along and get involved, and please tweet your results at me at my Twitter bio, which will be down below as well. I really want to see what you guys come up with and your responses in this. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate all the support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.